Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Huge shout out to everybody that supports this channel in any way, shape, or form. That goes from subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing video, or becoming a Patreon. Thank you so much. You're the reason why we continue with this channel. So this is video number 1 in a new series called Tabletop with Joe, where I throw stuff on the workbench and we discuss it. So make sure that you tell me down in the comments if you like this type of interaction or you want to see something different. Quick disclaimer, all firearms were rendered safe before putting them on the workbench. Recently, we've had a lot of questions involving red dots. So what I decided to do, I pull every single red dot that I have out of my gun safe, throw it on the bench. Let's talk about it. Let's get into this. I am not the end-all be-all on opinions about red dots. So if you own a red dot, if you watch that video and I forgot something, anything that you have to say about red dots, please put it in the comments. It helps everybody that is viewing that video determine what red dot is right for them. These are the red dots that I have. I'll go through what I like, what I don't like about certain red dots, and then I'll end with what my favorite red dot that I currently own is, and then we'll wrap up the video. So throughout the year, I've bought a bunch of different red dots, and I've learned that there's something that I like about certain ones, and something that I don't really care for, and something that are printed on the box that really doesn't matter to me. So in my collection, and what we're going to be specifically talking about today, the Swampfox Liberator, the Riton RT-R3, Sig Romeo 5, Crimson Trace CTS 1000, and I don't have a box for it, but an EOTech. So in order to determine what red dot will work best for you, you have to know why you want a red dot on your firearm. For me, I use red dots for home defense or close quarter combat. That's what I use them for. Not saying that you can't go further with a magnifier or something like that, or a good sized target at 300 yards, you can probably hit it with a red dot as long as you know what you're doing. So I have 4 main criteria that I look at when trying to select a red dot. In this criteria, not all the red dots have it because I've learned throughout the years on what I actually want in a red dot. The 4 criteria are durability, price point, shake to wake or some type of intelligent turn off, turn on system, and a true co-witness. So I don't personally like the 1/3 or lower thirds or when it's directly mounted on, because as you can see from all my firearms, I run backup iron sights. So I want to be able to flip them up and see through the center of the red dot. That's why I like true co-witness. Now, once again, that's just my criteria. So if you have different criteria, throw it down in the comments. Let other people know what you like to see in a red dot and build that into their criteria list. I also like to see a smaller MOA dot. The 3 MOA is okay if the optic offered in a 2 MOA, or I can find a different optic with a 2 MOA that still meets all the same criteria, then I will buy the 2 MOA. So let's go through each of the red dots and figure out which one that I like and which one I wasted my money on. Alright, here we have the EOTech. So pro for the EOTech and the brand name and its durability. It's been used in the military quite a bit. If you've ever played Call of Duty, you've probably used this. So it does have a lot of reliability and durability. Cons to me, I don't really like the holographic sight in general, so I learned that based off of this. It does not have shake awake. You have to turn it on and off with the buttons in the back. And on top of that, the price point. So this is an older model. I did buy it used, but these are very expensive. So if you're looking for a cheap optic, then this is not the optic for you. Next, we're going to take a look at the Swampfox. This is the Liberator model. This is an older model, but Swampfox have been coming up the ranks of optics for a while now. They do make quality optics and quality glass, so we have to mention it in this video. Things that I like about it is the price point. It is decently priced and you can get some good sales on the Swampfox stuff, especially if you're looking out for sales with the 2-for-1 or when they give you either a free or a discounted optic if you buy one. Those are the pros for it. It is small, light. It is a good optic for that. Things that I don't like about it is not shake awake. This specific model isn't shake awake. And with this specific model, when you go to adjust your point of impact, point of aim, it doesn't have tactile clicks, which I didn't like, but I know that they've changed that in future models. So if you're looking at buying one now and you're looking at the newest thing that Swampfox has, then that might not be a problem. I also, in this specific optic, do not really care for the 3 MOA. I already went through that I like the smaller dot for my specific use. So let's take a look at the Riton. With this specific optic, I do like the true co-witness of it. It is at a good price point. Everything about the optic I actually like, except for one thing, and that is that you have to turn it on. Now, it does have setting in between. Every setting is a off, then the next highest. So that is a nice feature that you can just go off for every rotation. You don't have to worry about cranking it all the way up. You just go one click and it's wherever that you wanted it set at. But if I'm going to pick one, it's probably not going to be the Riton because, again, I do like the automatic on and off feature of some of the other optics. So here we have the Crimson Trace. The Crimson Trace is a great optic if that's what you decide to go with. One of the key features of this that makes it stand out from any of the other optics in the video is the mounting system. So it does have that quick disconnect with a locking tab. So all you have to do, you have to put pressure, but you unlock this and then you flip it open, the optic comes right off, and then you can put it back on. So if removing your optic from one rifle to another, or I don't know why you'd want to remove it all the time, but if that's important to you, then this might be the one to go with. Everything else, it meets the criteria. It's a 2 MOA, it's a shake awake. Crimson Trace doesn't call it shake awake, they call it intelligent power management. So it does turn itself off and back on, which is nice. The only downfall that I see with this at the price point, it is a little bit more costly than some of the red dots in that video, but if you can get it on sale or you don't mind spending the money that they're asking for it, then this might be the optic for you. Last but not least is the Sig Romeo 5. There is a reason why this is mounted on my favorite rifle. It's because out of the group, this is my favorite optic. This optic meets all 4 of my criteria, and it also has a 2 MOA dot. So this thing is durable. There are plenty of videos on the internet of people freezing it, thawing it, throwing it on the ground, shooting it with a shotgun, and it still works. So very durable. On top of being durable, it is a co-witness mount, a true co-witness, and it does have shake awake. So whenever you pick it up, it senses the movement and it turns the optic on, which I definitely appreciate. And then the 4th criteria is price point. So this is one of the cheaper optics that I own, but you get a lot of bang for your buck with this optic. I think I paid $120 for this. You can routinely find them on sale anywhere between $100 and $150, even post-COVID. So do yourself a favor, Google search it or whatever, and try to find the optic. If you can find it for cheap, it's actually a really good red dot for the price. So that wraps up the 5 red dots that I own and have used. So if you want to discuss this further, then make sure that you join us on our live chat every Thursday. You have to go into YouTube and you have to search for TLD live chat. It's a completely different channel than Line Defense that you're watching right now. So if you want to discuss this further or have any more questions about it, just go onto our live chat, chime in the comments, and we'll start talking about it. Additionally, we're always trying to save you guys money. So we're always reaching out to different companies and sites that sell certain products, and we're trying to get discount codes. So make sure that you check the description of any video that you watch on our channel or go to our website. You never know, we might have a link or a discount code to be able to save you a little bit extra money so you can go out and buy ammo that doesn't exist right now. Wait, Walsh wants me to do a video on pistol red dots too? I'm gonna need a drink.